Well, as an Australian, I'm really concerned about how asylum seekers are treated coming into Australia, and I think I'm really excited too that Mercy Works has taken a stand and is doing, various projects that engage with asylum seekers and refugees. I think it's very exciting that the Mercy Works Friends meeting tonight is actually focused around refugee issues, because I think that as Australians we've got to set up a different way of relating to what the government is doing at the moment.
So I think Mercy Works does a great job in dispelling the myths about refugees, and it's really important that we have a truthful voice about the refugee story, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
As far as I'm concerned, I've had quite a lot to do personally with refugee students in schools. I think they make a significant contribution to a school environment, and I think they also make a significant difference to our country. I would like to see our country open up its doors for a whole lot more refugees, because I think they bring their own culture to our culture, and they make our lives much richer.
Once Australia was known as a safe haven for refugees, but as of today we cannot say that.
Australia was a land where people have arrived from throughout Australian history and welcomed by people, whether it be in the first generation or the second generation. So it's obscene at the moment that the people who are refugees, genuine refugees, are being turned away or refused an equal chance with us.
Well, I would say that when we think about ourselves, most of the traditional Australians were the children of, or are the children of, refugees, or people who came here even as convicts and were not welcome in the country, and are now, I hope.
Well, I think we are all, we're all one. We're all men and women. We're all the same. And this is a big country, and we're a wealthy country. We have lots to offer. We have lots of resources, and we should be able to share those with people, no matter where they come from, or why they come, or how they come.
I think this refugee problem is a huge one. I don't think it's being handled as well as it should. I think people deserve, genuine refugees deserve to be looked after, to be heard, to be processed fairly, and I think it is a very, very pressing problem for all of us.
Because they have a right to be treated fairly and for humanitarian reasons, and I think they are seeking refuge and a better life, and I think we do have places in Australia that could supply places for them, and I think moving them offshore is the worst thing we could have done, and take no ownership of it whatsoever.
I think that everyone's entitled to, I suppose, the Australian fair go, and if they've come that far, many of them have travelled a long way under very dangerous conditions, and so I think those are the types of people we should be taking in Australia, because I think they'll make very good citizens.
I've thought about this quite a bit, and I mean, no one in their right mind would go through what they do coming out on those boats unless they were in terrible, terrible danger. And so they have a right to compassion and mercy and all the things that we, hold to when they get here, and not to be used as political footballs.
We should treat refugees fairly because they're people just like us. What more do we need to say?